Hello and welcome to Tipsy Wednesday. I'm your host, Kurt. With me as usual, Björn,
Greetings.
Thomas,
Hey.
and now awkward silence, I guess.
Nah. Well,
How's your weekend been?
It's been fine, I think. Yeah. Had work on Saturday and free today, as it's Sunday of recording.
yes,
And I've been chilling all fucking day,
as you should.
as I should. Rewatched a couple of old movies and such.
Any memorable mention of the movies?
Yeah, I saw Crank 1 and 2 with Jason Statham.
The one where he has
Ooh.
to keep his adrenaline level up
That's
because he
the
has
first
a
one,
poison
yes.
in his blood. Unless he keeps his adrenaline up, he'll die.
Yeah,
something.
that's the first movie. And the second movie, it's electricity, because they replaced his heart with like a... Not a real one.
Haven't you
It's
just
like-
seen the movie?
I haven't seen the movies, but I've seen some scenes of the movies which has made me curious about the plot of the movies. And
You should watch the movies. They are the action comedy gold.
how early 2000s?
2006 and 2009.
Okay.
But the movies pick up basically the same day ish. When you watch the movies, the second one starts where the first one ends.
Okay. So it's a direct sequel.
Yeah.
As direct as you get it, I guess. Because I know... Isn't it the first movie jumps out of a helicopter and dies or something, and the second movie starts with him being on the ground?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No, you blew the thing for Björn, but
Well, I didn't. There's too many good things to watch, so that wasn't on my list, to be honest. So
it should have been on your list like 10 years ago. Almost.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for spoiling a 20-year-old.
10.
No,
Almost
10
10.
year,
Almost
10
10,
year
yeah.
old.
Are you sure about that?
2006 and 2009. 2006 is almost 10 years ago. Really
What?
not. It's
20?
oh fuck, 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn it, man.
closer to 20. I thought about the latter, the one, the 2009 release, but that's still.
Oh, he's off.
Soon to be 20 years.
Damn. Yeah. Time flies by.
Yeah. I remember when they were new.
Yeah.
That makes you sound old.
I am old.
Oh god. What is this Spotify destroyer of lives?
Heh. So, Spotify equals the destroyer of lives? Question mark,
Is this a
exclamation
news
mark.
article?
There was this occurrence of a German man visiting Stockholm. He went out of his way to visit, I don't know if it was the main headquarters of Spotify, the music streaming service.
Yeah, isn't it? Spotify is Swedish.
Yes, I think it is. And he went out of his way to go visit, maybe not the headquarters, or maybe a Spotify office building or whatever. He went up to the receptionist's desk, and after a little a quarrel about how he didn't like the... no, let's just jump straight into it. He brought a glass of some brown stuff with him, and to show his dismay and disgust for Spotify as a company, he poured this brown stuff on top of the desk counter of the receptionist, and some poured on the receptionist and their clothes and everything. And it turned out it was literal poop mixed with water. So he went out of his way to visit a Spotify office just to pour poop on the receptionist's desk.
Sounds like shit.
Yeah, literal shit. It's like, why the fuck did he do that, you may ask?
Dedication.
Maybe, he most likely has some mental
No.
problems.
No.
no.
He didn't
No,
like
no.
how the algorithm worked with the songs that were recommended to him.
He claimed that his life was being ruined. He couldn't think anymore because of Spotify's algorithms and song suggestions, blaming Spotify's music algorithm for suggesting songs, on blaming that as the cause of his worldly problems. And somehow that made sense in his head. It's like it's so disconnected from everything. This case, the fact that he did this was like, people have done weirder things when they're angry at someone or something, but why? Can you even understand this? Why? Like, I can understand someone getting mad at a company or someone else if they did them some actual harm. But in this case, the harm that he claimed Spotify had done to him was using algorithms to suggest songs and playlists to him, therefore ruining his life. Like,
Dedication.
I can't see that as a valid reason for anything. It's
If some employees of Spotify made him listen to this music, he was forced to listen, then I could understand it.
Imagine you driving your car, and then suddenly Justin Bieber arrives. And then you skip, and then he arrives again, and then Nickelback. And then you're in a perpetual state of Justin Bieber. I would be mad as well.
Well, maybe you should make custom playlist with a song you actually know you like then, instead of listening to randomly suggested songs to you.
Imagining you make your custom list and then suddenly it's all Justin Bieber.
I've
Imagining the trolling. But yeah.
It was like,
fuck.
you could could you even test out how good of an algorithm would work?
Maybe he had the free edition, right? And he hasn't made a playlist, so he just selected an artist and pressed play, but it will switch between other artists with similar music.
The man says, after police interrogations, he says it's the streaming giants' algorithms and playlists' fault. He also says that he has been depressed and he can't think anymore. You have been depressed, and the reason for being depressed is, Spotify playlists. That's why you've been depressed. It's like, I can't see that logic. And he also said, it's not just Spotify. It's the entire digital infrastructure. There is no competition. Apple and Google are involved in this too, says the man.
Where is he from?
Which
Germany.
This was a German man. It just says a German man.
Germ,
well,
for sure.
so-
It's a germ.
I'm just his last statement in this article in particular is something I can more understand a bit more. He's angry about the whole social media algorithm, about the whole modern system. Maybe I can understand why he's upset and why he thinks this is the cause to some of his problems in one way or another. But for him to jump from that to concluding that Spotify playlists is the main culprit, I'll go bring a glass of poop and pour over their receptionist's desk. That's what makes me feel better. And he has said it. It made him feel better. And this is the start of him improving. So, I don't fucking know.
In this day and age, where mental health is top notch, good for him.
Well, I think that's the
The reason is he hasn't been recommended Tips Wednesday yet. He would have been
Maybe he
happy snappy if he had heard us.
Wow, happy snappy.
Happy
I
snappy.
like that. I think we have mostly good vibes here, besides when we talk about international conflicts and such. But yeah, I would like to think so.
Yeah, and woke culture.
Whoa.
Woke culture?
Are you sure about him being happy then? Because
Well, it said
society.
the police asks if he has had contact with psychiatry. The man answers no. When asked how he feels mentally, he says, "I feel good. It is a process that has begun. I feel
Yeah.
less pressure." That's
Yeah.
so.
I wonder if
maybe-
they have taken DNA test of this feces. Is this his own, or did he go collect it?
I have no fucking idea if they went
No,
into the bottom
Does it
line is
matter, Junior?
Does
Yeah,
it
because-
matter?
Yeah, because imagining him sitting on the toilet and being like, "Oh, just you wait, Spotify, I will get you," and then you shit in a bucket or something and get a lid on or something
Well,
so
I-
it doesn't smell.
I imagine it's even more impressive if he got a hand of someone else's fecal matter.
No, it could be
I
dog
guess
shit,
like
you know.
that.
He could have picked it up off the street.
He could have gone to the sewers.
I think somewhere along the lines it says it was his poop.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He is by now he's charged with serious damage and molestation, and there is different article says everything from 300,000 Swedish kroners to $300,000, which is like 10 times as much. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt, but Spotify is pursuing a lawsuit against this man for this inconvenience against the Spotify employees that has been literally touched by this.
It would have been a lot more fun if he actually met up to the place, went on top of the desk, pulled his pants down, and just shit straight on the desk.
Isn't this a skit somewhere?
No, it's from a movie.
It is?
Yeah.
No, almost. No. It's I think it is from a movie, but I'm thinking of the Adam Sandler movie where he has this the Click. It's called. He has this remote where he just pauses his boss. He can pause the world, fast forward and rewind with this magic remote. And while his boss is arguing with him, he pauses his boss and he stands on top of the desk, and he farts in his face, and he like resumes time. I was like, yeah. I don't know if that, but I'm sure in some movie someone has taken a shit on their boss's desk. I'm sure. I think that's not a too uncommon fantasy in a lot of employees, in a lot of unhappy employees' fantasy.
Yeah, you know, because if you want to quit your job, at least here in Norway, there's usually like a 3-month period from you quit till you're
3-month
actually done.
sign off. What's it called? 3-month leave time. It's how do you have to work when you say I'm gonna quit my job. You're required to work for the remainder 2 or 3 or whatever months, how many months after you tell your employer you're going to quit.
Yeah.
Because there's because the employer is supposed to have time to, it's to give the employer time to find someone to replace you. But yeah, that's the what it's meant to do anyways. But if you do something like this instead, take a shit on your boss's desk, you may
Get fired on the day.
Get fired on the day, on the spot. I don't think that's a good alternative because you'll lose on some economical advantages. But whatever, it's don't do it.
Well,
Don't do it. Just-
unless you won the lottery and you want to go on the day, then you can show up and shit on your boss's desk.
No, imagine your boss just taking your head and doing like the dog thing. where he pushes head into the shit.
Could you even sue your boss because he shoved your face in your own shit after you took a shit on his desk? It's like, It's like-
Yeah, no, I don't
Well-
know.
It's like it's the reverse. You did something bad. Does that warrant the other person doing something bad to you?
The other person doesn't do something bad. They teach you a lesson not to do it
Yeah,
again.
don't do it! Don't do it! While he rubs your face in shit, I guess.
Mm.
And,
There
you
will-
can- and the boss can go like, well,
Do-
it worked with my dog, so...
I'm sure. Don't quote me on this, but I'm sure I read somewhere that someone had a burglar. Someone broke into their house trying to rob them, and then this man who was living in the house, who was attempted being robbed, he like, no, I'm not having any of this shit, and he like overpowered the robber, and he raped the robber.
That's going a bit far, though.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, but I'm sure I read that somewhere. I was like, are you
Yeah.
really in the right just because he did something wrong? Does that warrant you also doing something wrong?
Well, I know that was the case here in Norway.
What? Someone raped the burglar?
No, not exactly. But there were a couple of burglars
Whoa.
that broke into someone's house, and the guy living in the house beat the shit out of them. And then the owner of the house got in trouble with authorities for beating the shit out of the burglars. So, because violence isn't the answer, I suppose.
Well, couldn't he argue it was you could argue to some degree of violence if it is in self-defense.
If
But
it's in self-defense, yes.
the amount of violence required for self-defense isn't necessarily as much as the violence that has been put forth. That's usually the case in these.
It could be because there were two of them and one of him, so he might have had to incapacitate one to do the other one.
Sounds fucking brutal, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know, if you hit one burglar and then you just leave him to go and hit the other burglar, the first burglar can attack you from behind, right? So you need to have him out of the way completely.
That's like classic. What's it called? Horror movie plot. It's like, oh, I have a chance to completely disarm this psycho killer, but instead I'll just leave him while I have the chance to do something, and I'll just run. Like, no, take the gun, just boom, headshot, 10-minute movie, done.
Yeah, well. Doesn't two wrongs make a right?
Yes.
Because I've heard minus
minus and
gives
minus
plus.
equals plus.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
It's mad.
But
But,
to summarize this whole thing up, does Spotify ruin lives?
Nah,
No.
I guess not.
Does let me ask
But-
you further then. Does social media and modern algorithms ruin lives?
Social medias, maybe to a certain degree, especially with the younger audience, might be easily influenced. So
I think that's this Spotify debate versus social media
Yeah,
debate.
no, but-
It's quite different.
But Spotify to decide that's the social
Spotify
media.
isn't social media. Spotify is a music streaming service.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was he an artist? I don't know.
What, this guy that poured poop
Yeah,
on
the poop guy.
the poop guy? No, it doesn't say if it was an artist. No.
Well, he
He's
might have been
charged
there to
with
make some art, you know.
No, he was. It doesn't say anywhere,
Yep.
and he didn't claim to have made art. He claimed that Spotify was ruining his life, and he wanted to protest against it. It just everything just screams that this is a person that is not happy with the world and wants to make some uproar.
He's a fucking what's it called? The people who are destroying paintings and the activist. He's an activist.
Activist.
Yeah,
He's an activist. He's a music streaming service activist.
Yes. Because you have climate activists destroying paintings worth millions, right? By pouring tomato sauce on them and whatnot in
yes, that
in
happens.
museums.
Well,
Yeah. So he
does
just did the
that-
same, only at Spotify's place.
Yes, like, does that really help the climate? Equals, does pouring poop over the receptionist's desk at the Spotify office, does that help?
No.
Yes.
The answer is no
Well-
on both accounts, actually.
Well, it helped him, I guess, for the mental health.
He says he feels better, but he might have felt better if he had wanked
listening
off
to
or
Spotify.
something. Or took
No,
a wank.
No,
Maybe
no,
he would have
holy
felt
shit.
better.
No, this is... he has planned this for days. Like, because how much shit do you need to fill the cup?
No, it was just a regular sized cup and it was mixed with water, so I like...
He didn't have
quarter
enough
of-
shit, so he needed to add water to it.
Maybe he had a quarter of poop. I have no idea, honestly. I haven't thought
Maybe he
about
fished
this.
it up from the toilet
We-
bowl,
we-
and that's why it's water in it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I honestly haven't thought much about this, and I didn't think we'd talk this long about the shit, but okay. So,
Yeah, but for people who listen to our Norwegian podcast as well, they know we do talk a lot. So,
yeah,
most recently this week as well. But I mentioned quickly that we do talk about woke culture and such once in a while. And do you remember a couple of years ago, I was livid because this Gina Gargano had gotten fired from The Mandalorian because she was a Republican and she didn't want to write she/her on social medias. And she was a Trump supporter and she didn't believe in all the hype about COVID. So she got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, now she is suing Disney for that with the backing of Elon fucking Musk.
does that... I mean, like, sure, a person with a lot of money, but does that, like, make her opinion... It's like, does that...
No, but it
but
helps
does
to
that
have
help
the money.
besides the money?
It helps to have the money to make the
Well,
court case go forth because Disney has billions, right?
Yeah.
So you
of
need money
course,
for lawyers and everything.
I didn't think of that, of
and
course.
I don't think she's suing them to get her job back. I think she's suing them because of the reasons she was fired, and if it's actually legal and such. So good on her. That's all I say on this matter.
Okay, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the Musk man, but I realize this owning a Tesla, but hey, that's how the world works.
Yeah.
So, but hey, he's got a lot of money and he has a lot of influence one way or another, or several. So I guess great for yeah.
Yeah. Put on your hats.
Oh, hats.
We should
Hats.
actually
Yeah.
make tinfoil hats to have on the desk when doing
Ready
pods.
with
So
our
when we say
tinfoil
that, we
hats.
should just put them on.
Well, I have aluminum foil in my kitchen.
I have as well, so maybe during this
Maybe
week
we'll-
I will be sitting at my kitchen making one that fits over the headset. So we can actually
I'll do that. So I'll have it ready when we have our conspiracy theories going on here. Junior, give us your conspiracy theory.
Elon Musk is buying stocks. In
That's not a
Disney.
conspiracy. In Disney?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's a huge... What?
Yeah, he's buying stocks in Disney. So maybe he's trying to buy Disney. That's That's a well-known theory, right?
But Disney
I
has a
have no
lot of money. I don't see them be bought up in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, but so as does Elon Musk, right?
Yeah, that's true. But it's one man against the company.
Yeah, but he got a partner. He's buying a lot of stocks in Disney,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
So maybe he will buy Disney with
Did
them.
did this start when he started supporting what's her name again?
Gina Gargano, I think.
Gina in
No,
this court case?
he's been buying stocks for a while, so maybe.
So
Maybe.
he'll buy his position into like one of the big shareholders in the company.
Yeah, maybe. He's been tweeting like, fuck the CEO of Disney and such. So he's coming for Disney.
Maybe he's just like not happy with how Disney is running things, and he just wants to run things on his own,
Maybe
like his way.
the three richest men in the world shouldn't own every fucking company there is. Wouldn't be good in the end.
Maybe we shouldn't go for the monopoly economy.
Short term, it looks great, sure. Long term, the end goal of all this, what is it? Is it good for the consumers? Yay or nay?
Yeah, but he didn't make a lot of money buying X, so
You mean Twitter?
yeah,
He bought
Twitter.
Renamed them.
Nobody knows. Most people don't know what X is.
X
It's
is
just
X.
like the common collective has decided to just call it Twitter. Still, it's
Yeah, or people just write X/Twitter anyways. So.
yes, because it's not a logical. It's not a logical transition. Besides the point, never mind that.
Yeah, no, but maybe he's supporting Gargano now, so Disney loses more money, so he can buy more stock, right? This is all conspiracy theory. But speaking of conspiracy and shooting, Björn.
Yes, it's do you know the? I would claim to say it's a Scandinavian sport. It's called.
Have you researched this before you do this claim?
A bit, yes, a bit. It's called, directly translated, it's the biathlon. And no, it's not a woke thing. It's not a pride thing. It's not a buy anything. It's what we would like to translate it as ski shooting.
Yeah, you shoot people on skis.
It's a competition that originated as this sport in the modern day is you basically go on a marathon. It's a winter sport. You go on a marathon with skis, and you have a rifle on your back. And somewhere along the lines in this marathon, you have to do like literal target practice. You have to hit targets, and if you miss targets, you have to do extra like long laps before you finish the marathon. So it's literally a race, a winter race using skis, and you have to like you shoot the rifles at like targets and hit the targets so that you'll have an easier time getting in the finish line. So this modern sport originated in the early 1800s in Scandinavia as a military exercise, because here in Scandinavia we have lots of snow, and so we then saw the need to be able to shoot at targets while using skis. So yeah, so that's the like the broad history of this, how it like started versus how it's now. But it's not like biathlon, this ski shooting sport. We Norwegians, well, as far as I know, the general populace of the Norwegian people, love this sport because
we're good
a
at
lot
it.
of Norwegians are fucking great at it. We are fucking great at it. or our athletes are great at it. Therefore, we love it. How big is this sport internationally versus something like, I don't know, football?
American football.
or real football.
American football. Soccer. Yeah, so like, did we sit in our chairs and be like, can we invent, we're 5 million people in Norway. Can we invent a sport which is tailored so that only we have a good chance of winning at this? What sport would this be? Winter, yes. Not a lot of countries have winter, or as long of a winter as we do. Okay. Skis, yes. You'll have to wear skis because that narrows it down even further. How much more narrow it down can we make this? You'll have to wear skis and you have to do target practice with a rifle. Yes, that's the Norwegian sport. We made the sport and we're fucking great at it. Therefore, the Norwegian populace loves it.
But by this logic, then Finland should be really good at it, Sweden should be really good at it, Iceland should be really good at it, and Russia should be really good at it.
Yeah, maybe, but my point isn't should we be good at it or not. It's the Norwegian population loves this sport because our Norwegian athletes are fucking great at it. Does the Norwegian populace in this day and age love, as much as they did in the past, let's say, World Rally Championship? Not as much, no. Let's wind back to the early 2000s when we had a Norwegian rally driver that frequently topped the scoreboards in World Rally Championship, Petter Solberg. The Norwegian populace, we loved rally then because we had a Norwegian guy that was best at it. Therefore, we loved the sport. As long as there's a Norwegian that's best at this, that's when we love the sport. So, like, do we only love sports that we Norwegians are good at?
Yes.
Basically,
No.
that's where I'm going.
No.
Yeah, most people do, because we also have handball. Does it have another
Yes.
name in English? Is it handball?
Yes, I think it's handball, literally.
Yeah,
translated,
the
yeah.
women's edition, because they're good.
Yes.
They're really good.
Because the Norwegian
They're-
women's handball team is like the world's best.
And if not the world's
Almost
best,
every
they're among the top 3 almost every fucking year, both in the European Championships and the World Championships.
Therefore, we love it. Does the Norwegian populace love the male handball championship?
Not as much.
Nah, not as much because the male
No,
handball
but-
champion Norwegian team isn't as good.
I feel you're just taking all the like super popular Norwegian sports. What about football or soccer?
Yeah, the Norwegian team internationally sucks at it
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah,
the rest
but-
of the world.
But
But-
Norwegians do love English football teams, don't they? Like Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester
Yeah,
City.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
most football lovers have their like international love team.
Yeah.
Yeah, most Norwegians
and,
who like football has the Norwegian team and the international team.
Yeah.
They like, yeah.
So Norwegian love football, even though we only have like some good players. And
Yeah,
it's not based on those players as well. It's just plays basically where, internationally you can choose whatever, but locally it's super locally.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. In Norway, you like the team that comes from closest to you.
You're yeah.
Mm.
As you do always, and Formula One has really hitten.
I think
speed?
that's an international thing because of Netflix's Drive to Survive.
I
Yeah,
remember
but-
F1 were a lot on TV when I was young. They
It
did a
still
lot.
is.
They did a lot of championships over on one of the TV channels that everyone has in Norway.
The
Called TV2.
Norwegian sports channels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it still does.
Mm.
And Norway doesn't have any good drivers except for one. He's not in Formula 1, he's in Formula 2.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, but again, we do love international
football.
drivers in Formula 1. Or
and
you,
like-
or you like the team that drives the car for the car company that you work for.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. If you work at the car dealership for Renault, you will probably
Mercedes or Renault.
root on the
Yeah.
guys driving the Renault. Right.
Yeah, but I feel like you kind of got two camps. You can either cheer on the brand or the person,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because now we are.
Yes.
I am rooting for the persons, not the brand.
Because people inform the drivers in particular, they jump ship almost on a yearly basis. I not, but very often they jump from one team to another, to the competitors, because they got a better deal with them.
Money
Or things
talks, right?
change. Yes, money
Yeah.
talks and strategy and such.
Yeah, but a car talks.
That
More.
as well. Team
Yeah.
talks. Drivers
Yeah.
choose the teams and teams choose the drivers. It's,
Yeah, I stick with I cheer on the underdogs teams because they are underdogs, right?
Did you used to cheer for Red Bull until Verstappen was the best, and then you started?
No, it was always Mercedes.
Because
even
you
though-
have a Mercedes yourself.
No, because of Lewis Hamilton, even though
Lewis
he's Ferrari now.
What?
Do you get it?
No?
Lewis Hamilton has jumped ship. It's Ferrari.
Oh, I haven't paid attention to the newest season, so.
No, it's
Well, the only thing I'm not up to date in the Formula. I've just been
know,
up to
but-
date with the Drive to Survive series, which is one season behind the current one always. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is like international news, so it's already been.
You know, Björn and I
But-
really don't pay attention to the news.
Yeah, I know. I can invent a more Norwegian like ski sport, where you have to ski on top of a mountain, or climb on top of a mountain with your feet, and shoot obstacles, determining how far you have to climb the mountain before you can ski down.
I don't. Did you
the-
try to invent a even more Norwegian sport now?
Yes.
I'm not quite sure of the rules, but it includes mountain climbing and target practice.
Yeah, and skis. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
so
to
you
walk
are
by foot.
So you
on top
climb
of-
up to a mountain, you shoot an eagle, and you race down.
no
Eagle.
No,
They're
no.
like you're not allowed to shoot those.
No, you're walking. You're walking up this mountain, just the mountain climbing, right? Not extreme sport, but normal hiking, normal mountain hiking, right? And you get checkpoints. At each checkpoint, there's a target, and you have to shoot targets, right?
Should that be those clay dubs? So you have a moving target. On top of that.
No, I'm imagining it will be.
Yeah, that the first few stops could have a moving target, and the further you go, that you get stationary targets.
Yeah, and depending on how many targets you misses, you have to climb the mountain even higher, right?
Was pretty much like the biathlon.
Yeah, but just a
Yeah.
mountain. And then
Yeah.
you have to ski all the way down, right? And then you can
Because-
even interpret ski jumps.
Ski jumps and like slalom.
Yeah. So now we are getting the
Just
real
combine
Norwegian.
all of the Norwegian, make it even more niche, so that we'll have only Norwegian champions.
We
Yeah.
have to be careful because I know the Finns did it in World War II, where they had they skied down the mountains with the Tommy guns and shot the Germans, the Russians.
Oh, the Finns were badass.
Yeah, the
I-
Finns were super badass. They were just skiing down the mountains and shooting every German, the Russian they could see, and the Russians were like, "Whoa, we can't do anything." Well, shock factor.
I guess. An
Yeah, it
angry
was-
Finn man skiing down the mountain with a machine gun. I was like, yeah,
Yeah. They were
that's a sight to
doing,
behold.
They were doing a lot of guerrilla tactics, right? Hit and run, hit and run.
Well, that's how you have to fight versus an a massively opposing force in terms of numbers. You have to do guerrilla warfare. You can't like do the traditional American Civil War thing and line up on each side of the field. It's like, yeah, you'll lose that one. Do guerrilla tactics.
Guerrilla tactics. But one last topic, I guess.
No, before you move on, this ski shooting. Did you see the Top Gear episode when they do that with cars?
No.
I think it's a special, a 2007 special. They drive around a ski track, and they have to stop their cars on each round and then shoot the targets before they can drive off. And Jeremy Clarkson, of course, has an AR, so he turns to like trying to hit all the targets. They have to lay back the seats because they are laying inside the cars shooting on the targets.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
And
I think
where
I've seen that clip as well, yeah.
It's quite funny.
where they are tossing the car out of Holmenkollen for the ski jump, right?
Yeah, I think so, maybe. I just remember the ski shooting part of it. I haven't seen it in years.
Didn't they do
It's
it
an
in
old
Grand?
clip. It's a Top Gear clip.
Yeah, but didn't they
clip.
do the ski shit in Grand Tour as well?
Yeah, they drove
So-
down the ski slope, basically.
Yeah,
With
yeah, and in
houses on.
in Top Gear they had rockets on the back of the car.
They did? No, not in the one I'm speaking of. They were testing a couple of cars for winter driving, but they did so with shooting.
Yeah, they have done a lot.
They have
But-
done a lot, yeah, they have.
But Björn, hooking people on anime, the
Yes.
drug, the most potent drug. Yeah.
Well, so you say, but how? It's like when I talk to colleagues and people in general who aren't into anime, but they love fantasy movies, they love fantasy series, they love action movies, they love action series, and I'm saying, hey, you love this series, you love this show. It's like, yeah, they're good, but I know of an anime that's better in this and this and this regard. Not always, but it's like, I know of a good or better alternative. Not that I'm discouraging people from watching shows or movies, but it's like people are so reserved to trying something new, to watch a show like Castlevania, which isn't an anime, it's a, could you say it's a cartoon? It's
I don't know.
something else than the live action movie or live action series that is acted. It's
Yeah, but do you know how to checkmate them, right?
how to check me. No, that's what I'm trying to like. How do I? What's
He
the
lacks
selling point?
to get grip. That's what Björn needs.
Yeah, but it's like I ask people, do you watch Disney, right? And always they say yes, and they're like, what?
Did I freeze frame here? It's,
Yeah, you're frozen.
only my camera. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, because
Yes.
I've been thinking, what's the key here? Is there a key show? Is there a key phrase? Is there what?
Ask them if they like Disney. They like Disney. They watch animated show. Ask them if they like Shrek or Frozen. All those are animated. You can call it anime. You can say, do you like Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park? They are all cartoons and animated. So
Making
if this-
people realize they're already liking anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Rick and Morty. That's
Well,
yeah. It's gained so much popularity. Anime has exploded, right? In recent years because
Yeah.
of people realizing.
Netflix has a lot of anime. Disney has started to dip their feet in anime. So yeah,
because I'm
HBO does a
thinking,
lot of animated things for DC and the Rick and Morty. They have Adult Swim, right? So they have more adult cartoons as well. So there are animated shows around almost on every fucking streaming
would you
service.
say would you say if people started watching animes on any of those platforms, that wouldn't be in the very deep end of the anime spectrum, I guess? Would it be?
I don't know, because I was already deep into anime when Netflix came around, and when Netflix started doing a lot of animes.
Yeah,
Right.
Likewise.
You cannot just toss them in the bathwater, right?
No, that's what I'm afraid, because there's like these great shows like the main is like Attack on Titan, but I'm afraid that's like way too far into the deep end. That's not a show you potentially
the starter
start
show.
with. No,
No, but
that may discourage people. I don't know if it's too. Is it too intense? Do you have to be and a certain amount of invested into animes to begin with to even be able to enjoy that show? I don't know.
You need to find a less over the top anime to start with.
Yeah, unless they are saying they are tired of everything. If they are tired of everything, yeah,
They need
want
something else.
new. They need something new. They need something with a hook. Then go with Attack on Titan.
I don't think a lot of people share that or has that mentality, because there's usually too much available shows and movies for people to have time to watch in their everyday lives.
But all those shows are kind of similar, right?
I would say, but it's starting to getting old now. But Death Note is a great starter.
Yeah, but that's not on any platform right now.
Isn't it on Netflix?
No.
Yeah, it was.
No?
I think
Okay, it was maybe.
I will try to watch Pluto and Blue-Eyed Samurai for the next episode, which are Netflix shows, which are highly regarded.
I haven't heard of any of those.
Vinland Saga. You could probably try Vinland Saga.
Oh wow! Maybe.
Can't you? With Vikings and whatnot, it will feel closer to home, perhaps.
All the blood and violence.
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's a bit over the top still.
Or the least over the top show on the entirety of Netflix, JoJo.
Wow. But I'm thinking of in the opposite end of JoJo, something that is like very realistic in feel of the show. There's not much, but an anime similar to no fantasy and no over the top things. It's like, is there such a thing?
Yes,
or is that
you
just
could of
boring...
course go for the romantic ones or something like that.
Yeah, Your Lie in April.
Yeah.
For maximum emotional damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of spice to choose from, I guess.
Oh, we had a discussion about animes at work a couple of days ago. And one guy, he was shocked that Pokemon and Beyblade were animes. He
didn't know.
He didn't know. He was like, I don't watch animes. Didn't you just say you was rewatching some Beyblade stuff? And he was, yeah, it's fucking awesome. I'm like, yeah, it's an anime.
Like, no, I had no idea.
Of course, he's a lot younger than me, so he didn't watch the same Beyblade that the three of us watched, the original series. He's watching one of the newer ones. And I was like, nah, that's shit. You should watch the OGs.
That reminds me of the meme where this guy, he's convinced he's not gay.
Yeah.
And he says, I have relationships with women and sex with men. It's like, yeah, that means you're gay. Damn.
He looks like he's got his mind blown.
It's like, damn, I didn't realize.
Yeah, so people might be or have watched anime during their lifetime without knowing it's actually an anime because they saw the Norwegian dub when they were younger or something. So they just need to know what anime is.
Make that comparison. Make that...
Because then you get the ball rolling, and then you can start to figure out what kind of things they like fantasy, and then you can start to look into fantasy animes.
Yeah,
Mm.
but with that bombshell and
Oh yes,
that,
we're way over time.
that ending, I guess. Watch Blue Eye Samurai with me or Pluto. I'll be watching Pluto, I guess. It's a highly regarded show, and I will give you a
I
review
have
to the
too much on my table as is, so I won't be joining you on any Netflix animes at the moment.
The good thing about Netflix shows, they are only 8 episodes. But they are an hour long. Strap in for a ride.
Gotcha.
Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.